He raised his glass, smiled that smug Wayne smile, and said, "To my foolish daughter trying to buy love with horsepower." The room froze, then burst into laughter. I didn't. I stood, tucked my napkin into the plate like I was clearing a chessboard, and walked out. No goodbye, no scene, just silence. The next morning, the brand new Ram 1500, fully loaded, Sierra Blue, his dream truck, was gone from his driveway. And my phone exploded with 88 missed calls. I'm Mallory, 34, financial analyst in Eugene, Oregon, not the glamorous kind, the spreadsheet kind. The cancel vacations to finish audits kind. I bought that truck for my dad, Wayne, for his 60th. He'd obsessed over it for a year. I cut back on everything to afford it. No trips, no new clothes, even sold my old DSLR camera I loved just to add the sea-cooled seat package. And that dinner, 14 people, family, friends, some coworkers, all of them laughed when he humiliated me. Even Sierra, the golden child, grinned like it was adorable. Tessa, our cousin who usually played Switzerland in family fights, just raised her glass and drank. No one defended me, not one person. They didn't know I still held the title in second key. I didn't sleep that night. Just sat on my couch, staring at the dealership papers. Legally, the truck was mine. I hadn't transferred ownership yet, just Wayne being Wayne, surprise first, paperwork later. Only this time, the surprise was mine. I got up at 5:30 a.m., drove to his house before sunrise, and reclaimed what was mine. The red bow was still on the hood, wilted and heavy with dew. No neighbors out yet. I unlocked it, started it, and backed it out slow. That was the first move. I wasn't done. Belle, before we go further, what would you have done if your dad mocked you after a gift like that? Drop your answer in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more true stories of betrayal and revenge. By 9 a.m., my phone lit up like a slot machine. Wayne left a voicemail. "You embarrassed me in front of everyone. That's not how adults behave." Sierra texted, "You're overreacting. He's heartbroken." Tessa sent just 3 words. "You heard him." But nobody asked how I felt. And this wasn't new. Wayne had been emotionally bruising me since I was 11. Back then, it was Big Mally jokes at barbecues, comments about my thighs in front of guests. Replacing birthday cake with fruit bowls for my health. At 17, when I showed him my prom dress, he said, "Try black. It's slimming." I wore a hoodie and skipped the dance. Sierra, always perfect. Personal trainer, influencer, 3 sponsorship deals before she was 25. My dad once made me remove her picture from my wallet, saying it made me look jealous. The truck was never about approval. It was about proving I could give, unconditionally. The kind of love I never got from him. After reclaiming the truck, I returned it to the dealership. They took it back as a showroom model, refunded most of the money. Then I changed. Gym, therapy, boundaries. I got quiet, focused. Wayne escalated. He started messaging old coworkers of mine, told them I was spiraling, said I stole back the truck in a mental breakdown, claimed I might hurt myself. He even sent an old photo of us, me heavier, awkward, captioned, "Before she changed." That day, I called Dana, a privacy attorney I knew from work. She drafted a cease and desist. No threats, just facts. 2 days later, Sierra texted, "He's in the hospital. Hope you're proud." Stress, apparently. He even posted a picture from the hospital bed with a dramatic caption. "Sometimes your heart breaks more than your children can understand." Hundreds of likes. Comments praising him. I stared at the screen, shaking, not from grief, from clarity. He didn't want to fix anything. He wanted control. He wanted an audience. That's when I disappeared. I left Eugene without a single goodbye. Sublet my apartment, transferred to remote work full-time, and moved into my mom's guest room in Bisbee, Arizona. Quiet, artsy, sun-soaked Bisbee. My mother, Sharon, was the opposite of Wayne, cool, blunt, observant. She left him when I was 12 but stayed out of the mess afterward. When I told her what happened, she didn't even blink. "Good," she said. "I was wondering when you'd finally cut him off." I thought she'd try to guilt-trip me. Instead, she exhaled like she'd been holding her breath for years. "He made me feel crazy," I said. "I know," she replied. "That's why I left." It took me weeks to stop checking my phone. Weeks to stop anticipating some guilt-soaked message from Sierra, some manipulative voicemail from Wayne. But it came, eventually. Until one morning a package arrived. No return address. Inside, a framed photo of me and Wayne at my college graduation. I was 22, We both looked like we were acting. On the back, in his handwriting, "You'll always be my daughter whether you like it or not." No apology. Just possession disguised as affection. I wrapped the frame in an old beach towel and stuffed it into a storage bin in the garage. The next text came a few days later from Sierra. "He's behind on the mortgage. Can you help at least with that? He's still your dad." Still, your dad. I didn't respond, not right away. I waited a full day. Then sent 6 words. "If he wants to talk, fine." And that's when the real twist happened. I flew to Los Angeles for a financial wellness conference. Didn't post about it. Didn't tell anyone. Just landed, checked into the hotel, and took a breath. He was waiting outside the lobby. Sunglasses on, arms crossed. Playing concerned father like it was a character he'd rehearsed. He followed me for a block before speaking. "Can we talk?" I said nothing. He launched into his usual script. "Things got out of hand. I miss you. Sierra's just trying to help. I've been in and out of urgent care." I stopped, turned, and finally spoke. "Why'd you humiliate me that night?" He blinked, shrugged. "It was a bad joke. I didn't think you'd take it like that. You've always been a little sensitive." There it was. He didn't regret it. He regretted the consequences. I told him everything. How he'd made me hate mirrors. How I used to starve myself in college just to stay under the 150-pound, lovable, limit he set. How his jokes were just control. I told him I hated who I became under his roof, and that the woman standing in front of him now, he didn't build her, he nearly destroyed her. "If you want a relationship," I said, "it starts with therapy and an apology. But don't ever expect another dime from me." He said nothing, just stared. I walked away. Sierra texted 2 days later, "What did you say to him? He's furious." I didn't reply, but Wayne's final attempt was still to come. Weeks passed. I was back in Bisbee, running community financial workshops and starting to feel whole. The kind of peace you don't recognize until you remember how heavy life used to feel. I'd dropped nearly 20 pounds, not chasing beauty, just letting go of the weight his words had buried in me. Then I got a call from my bank. "There's been an attempted charge on one of your inactive accounts." Grocery store. Declined. I froze. I knew that number. Years ago, I'd added Wayne to one of my backup cards for emergencies. I forgot it even existed. Apparently he didn't. $182.43. Tried 3 times. Same total, same decline. He thought it was a glitch. He thought I'd fix it. Instead, I shut the account down permanently. Then came the nuclear play. One morning, I got a message from Alyssa, a woman I used to supervise at my last job in Eugene. We hadn't spoken in over a year. "Hey, not sure if this is real, but your dad messaged me. He said you're not well, that you've been isolating, doing strange things. He's worried you might hurt yourself. Sent me this." Attached was a picture of me from years ago. Heavy, uncomfortable, standing beside Wayne. His arm was around me, but even then my smile looked forced. Caption, "Before she changed." He wasn't just trying to guilt-trip me. He was trying to paint me as unstable. I didn't cry, I didn't scream. I called Dana. She drafted a cease and desist, legally binding this time. No more contacting my friends. No more using my name in false stories. No more playing the grieving father while trying to destroy my reputation. Sierra texted a day later, "You really sent a lawyer after your dad? What's wrong with you?" Then a second message, 2 hours later. "He's in the hospital. Congrats. Hope you're proud." Stress again, high blood pressure. Minor, but Wayne, he posted about it. A full-body hospital bed selfie, IV in his hand. Caption, "Sometimes the pain your children cause can't be treated with medicine." Hundreds of comments. "Stay strong, Wayne. Kids these days have no heart. Praying for healing." Sierra left a red heart emoji, and I realized he'd never change. He didn't want peace. He wanted applause. My therapist said something that night I'll never forget. "You can't win a game you never agreed to play." So I made a decision. I found a buyer for the Ram 1500 I'd reclaimed. Not the dealer, a private buyer. Someone who really wanted it. A father who said, "My daughter's graduating next month and she's earned it." He paid in full, and I used that money to do something Wayne would never expect. I donated half to a nonprofit in Eugene for young women recovering from emotional abuse. And I used the rest to fund my own online financial literacy program for women starting over. One more twist. I made it public. Sierra saw it, Wayne saw it. He sent me one last message, 3 words, "You'll regret this." But I didn't. 3 months of silence. No texts, no voicemails, just peace. I kept teaching workshops, built a small following online. Nothing viral, just real women learning how to reclaim their power. It felt honest. Like I was finally planting seeds that would outlive my pain. Then one morning, a letter arrived, postmarked from Eugene. No return address. Inside was a short note, handwritten in the same shaky script I'd seen all my life. Mallory, I know you think I'm the villain in your story. Maybe I am. But I did what I thought would make you stronger. I didn't want you to be soft. I wanted you to survive the world. I never meant to hurt you. Wayne folded inside was a copy of a second mortgage document. My name was on it. He had forged my signature on a property line of credit over a year ago. Quietly, before the truck, before the final blowout. My hands went cold. This wasn't just manipulation anymore. This was fraud. He'd used my identity after all that, after the cease and desist, after the hospital post, after the public pity party. I called Dana. She didn't hesitate. Let's bury him in paperwork. She filed immediate fraud claims, contacted the bank. We subpoenaed the notary whose stamp was on the document. Turned out, fake. Wayne had scanned a real seal and copied it onto the form. It was a federal offense. The investigation triggered a full audit of his finances. Every card, every account, every favor he ever tried to cash in using my name was exposed. Within weeks, Wayne was facing charges. And the best part, I didn't even press them. The bank did. The feds did. Even Sierra, when contacted by investigators, threw him under the bus. Dad said Mallory would never find out. He told me it was just temporary. Turns out, perfect little Sierra wasn't so golden after all. She'd known. She'd helped forge documents to make it look like I'd co-signed. Thought it would blow over. Thought I'd never find out. They both sank. Wayne lost the house. Sierra lost her sponsorships. One of the brands dropped her the same week the story broke. Something about family trust violations doesn't play well on Instagram. And me. I moved into my own place just outside Sedona, still close to my mom but far enough to feel new. One afternoon, while sipping coffee on my porch, I got a text from an unknown number. A photo. Wayne. Sitting alone on a park bench. Hair thinner, face sunken. Caption, "You got what you wanted." I didn't respond. Instead, I printed it. And I hung it inside my closet, not out of bitterness. As a reminder, that silence, that distance. That was what I wanted. I didn't need him to fall. I just needed him out of my way.